order tonight's Board of Directors meeting for Montessori Peaks Academy at 6:34 p.m. Let's go ahead and start with roll call.
Okay. Terry Hughes.
Here.
Adam Livingston. Ted Sanders.
Present.
Elizabeth Lewis.
Here.
Irit Mihawk.
Here.
Mercedes Bars.
Here.
Emily.
Here.
And I am here. And then Jen and Robin as non-board member attendees.
Justin let me know ahead of time he wasn't able to be here and gave me his proxy for when we vote on the minutes from the last meetings. Just to note that. I want to acknowledge the mission statement tonight. It is the mission of Montessori Peaks Academy to achieve high standards of individual excellence by guiding the whole student through an exceptional learning experience based on the educational philosophy of Maria Montessori. I have not received any community comments. Did anybody else? Nope. Okay.
I have some, Irit, but do you want me to wait till we meet tomorrow?
Are they community comments for the board meeting?
It was more of a complaint about how something was handled by administration during the school year.
So, unless it was stated as a community comment that they wanted broadcast during the regular board meeting, when we talk about the family survey in our work session, that might be, so depending on how they, if that's
perfect. Okay. That'll be a better time. Thank you.
Okay. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and give the floor to Robin for the principal's report, and I'm going to mute myself during that.
Perfect. And I apologize, everyone. My husband works for IT. I should be able to figure this out by next meeting, or he will. Okay, so things are going really well. First of all, as far as transition, I've been back in the building. This week I've been out more for meetings, but since July 3rd. And I've had meetings with lower L, upper L with their planning meetings, the SAC team, PTA, Irit and I have met. Alexander, I've been connecting with a great deal. Really, Dr. Gary, Beth, Veronica, Nick, I mean, the Jeffco SPED assistant director. So really, I've been pretty busy onboarding, and it's been great to go back that early because I really feel like I'm in the middle of things now, and that's perfect. That's where I want to be right now. It really is the most welcome and support I've ever experienced in a new position or school, just so you know. I have moved around some with positions, and when Irit and I met, she had asked me how it's going, and I really have never had this level of support. I'm used to be kind of being thrown in, so I appreciate the community very much. And again, Dr. Gary and Beth have been very helpful. Like I'm meeting with Beth tomorrow. You know, we're in constant contact right now because we want to ensure a smooth transition. I really, I cleaned the office. There were many stacks because everybody has a different filing system. So I really have reviewed a lot of the documentation from the two past principals, and that's been very helpful to gain a little historical perspective and try to figure out what worked and what didn't. My goal really coming into this right now, as was stated in the interviews, really, I've told staff too, I don't have an agenda. My agenda is your mission and your vision and what the goal of the school is. So it's coming in, getting to know things. So keeping it simple right now and ensuring a smooth transition. And then, you know, as things progress, you know, changes need to be made, which I'm not anticipating, but I mean, inevitably there will be some, then we'll make those further down the line. But right now, that's my goal. I'm also currently in a Montessori training class through the NCMPS that, thank you, the board is paying, or the budget is paying for. It's Montessori Fundamentals for School Leaders. I'm already in my 3rd week of that, and that's given me a really good overview of Montessori. And it's, you know, so we have weekly Zoom meetings, which apparently I was echoing on that one too this morning. But that's going to be very helpful in me helping teachers and best supporting the staff. This week, I actually was attending some of the Jeffco leadership launch. The past 2 days, I really did most of it. just to kind of connect. And I do have a lot of connections in the district. So really just kind of keeping those connections that would best help Montessori Peaks. And right now, one of the goals is working on that first week back with staff, planning that out with Beth, but also working on the middle school logistics because, we have a temporary fix with location and everything. Important dates. Irit, did you share this with them? The document?
I did.
Okay, so I don't want to read through all the dates because I think that would be terrible for you. But summer camp is finishing up this week. And it sounds like the kids have had a lot of fun. They've done 2 field trips a week. And we've been working with Alexander and touching base with them to make sure everything's going smoothly. Some examples, some of the field trips, they've been to the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, they've been to swimming pools, and this week it wraps up. Math camp will be starting on the 31st. And I think there's some more information later I'll share about that. The rest of the dates are on there. We did go ahead and make kind of an executive decision and just went with September 6th for back to school night so that parents could put that into their calendar. We'll keep it at one night. I did let staff know that, going into next year with, meetings, we can decide, if that needs to go back to several nights or, as a community, we can decide that. But keeping it how it was last year, Dr. Gear and I both think that makes sense for right now. We may adjust, we don't have the details yet because we may adjust it some based on the feedback I get from staff about how it went last year. Big thing for us is really the teachers coming back the 7th through 11th. So scheduling that PD, Beth and I are working on bringing in some Montessori PD, as well as some behavior discussions, and things like that. And then the meet and greet on the 14th. So my goal is to be obviously out and about at all those events so I can connect with the parents and so they get to know me. And I have connected with Caitlin today because we are both considering that week of the 7th to 11th, trying to do a new teacher or a new parent kind of meet an information session so we can talk to them about the parking lot and drop off and they can meet me. And really any parents would be invited, but we're trying to keep it very simple, but that's in the very early stages of planning. We just came up with that idea. Staffing updates. So right now we're down to, we need 2 assistants. Junie needs 1 in lower L, and then Todd still needs 1 in upper L. 1 is in progress. We're hoping it's going to come through, and then Jen will be posting another Indeed to try to get the 2nd assistant hired. Let's see, summer math camp. So that's starting the 31st. So 42 students. There's 6 teachers involved. The math camp was created based on the data last year and the goals that were defined in the UIP for last year. And so one of the areas of need was further strengthening the math skills of the students. So this, the camp is full. It was by invite only based on what was shown with the data and how students, what they showed during the school year. So they are going to intersperse that with specials. So Tyler, Megan, and they have a sub that'll be doing some specials. And the teachers are Todd, Judy, and Ekaterina. And this is paid out of COVID relief funds. And again, to address the UIP goal. And so now that I've got, they released CMAS data to the principals this week. And I know with Montessori Peaks, that's a data, an indicator, and it's not everything we go by, but we will use that data and the map data from last year to kind of determine going into this year, will we stay with those same goals with our UIP or do we need to make some modifications? So I think everybody has the enrollment chart in front of them, I hope. So we're at 427. And if you look, we're full in lower L and in upper L, and we've got a waiting list and all of the levels within, or in the grades or the ages within those levels. And then we have, if you look, you can see the kindergarten and preschool numbers, waiting list on the most of those except for the full day 4s and AM 4s. And let's see, middle school, we're at 8 and we've got a waiting list of 4. Just so you know, I'm really happy we're starting the year with 8. I mean, I know our goal was to have the building done and have more kids in, but I think it's really, I think it'll help make the program strong to start small. So Rhett and Robin can really get it off to a strong start. Homeschools at 19. And at most, on a single day, though, they have 12. So what we're looking at right now is the use of the temps, so they each have their own area, the middle school and the homeschool. And I think that is all for my report. Again, things are going really well. I really can't thank you enough for all the support and really all the offers of help from everybody. And I really feel like, you know, I'm quickly coming up to speed, and I'm enjoying it. So.
Does anybody have any questions about specific items that Robin mentioned during her principal report before we move on? Nope. Okay. Good. It's pretty comprehensive, covers a lot of areas. We're headed in the right direction. Looking at the beginning of the school year, it sounds like. So awesome. North building update. So as everybody knows, construction is finally getting going in that building. The biggest issue that we came up with recently was that the GMP that the board approved November, December, I don't remember exactly which meeting it was, is that it didn't include the cost of the windows on the second floor. So the board in December or January, I can't remember, it was after Dr. Gary came on, approved $150,000 to go towards the program and any issues and things that it needs. We didn't have to take any money from that amount this past school year to start getting Rhett on board. So we would like to use that money to pay for things in the construction that need to get covered. We were able to get a bid and a quote. It's just under $40K for 10 exterior windows and 4 interior ones for sight lines in the huddle rooms upstairs. I was thinking that number was going to be higher, so I was actually really happy with that. I was worried we were going to have to reduce the number of exterior windows to 6 instead of 10. So if you guys are okay with it, we'll just use that money, but I will keep everybody updated to where it's going. We will definitely, when the bids get finalized for the sidewalk that planning and zoning is requiring with the extra ADA connection, bring that to the board for a vote, because I don't think that's going to be a small number. Concrete is expensive and all the engineering and the slope and all that stuff. So I'll bring that to you guys as soon as I have it. It may be in August. Things seem to be moving quickly at this point in time because we are trying to get everybody in and get it moving. So that's where we are. Any questions about the North Building concerns?
So we're on schedule-ish.
From start date, yeah. So they're looking at, I asked to be done in October, knowing it wasn't realistic. They're probably going to be done Thanksgiving break with classes, being able to, you know, give the students in the middle school some ability to be a part of how it's set up and have some say, some empowerment as that first class of 7th graders with MPA, and hopefully start classes there either December or January.
Great, thank you.
So that's what's going on with the North Building. I'm going to go through committee reports and meetings pretty quickly because we're going to talk in depth during our work session tomorrow as to what each committee handles and who goes and all that stuff. So finance, Jen, I'm going to let you do that quick update for us.
Sure. Hi. Happy new fiscal year, everybody. We are 18 days in. I've been gone for 10 of them, so there's not much happening. But we're just working with the budget we approved for this year. I'm starting to really spend some money this month getting supplies and consumable items for the students and staff. But everything looks great. I'll have a better report for you next month.
Sounds about right for this far into the fiscal year. Marketing, Adam, anything for us to know?
No, nothing significant. We've been working with the PTA to have to put together some events. They've done really all the work. There's some Saturday play dates that they've sent stuff out for. My understanding is that that was sent out sort of at the end of the school year, and then they're using the Facebook page to communicate all those. They did try to put on an event at the brewery where the auction was. And apparently there was not very much participation. I was out of town for that. And so I think that they're rethinking whether that makes sense to do. It sounds like by far the more popular event are the playground dates. that's about it over the summer.
Sounds good. Zach and Emily, before you start, I'm gonna let everybody know we're going to dive into the family survey as well as the staff survey in depth tomorrow. So you don't have to go into that part of it at all, Emily.
Yeah, so SAC met last week. It was Robin's first meeting with SAC. It was a great conversation. We mostly spent time, talking about how SAC functions at our school. We talked through the data from the parent and family survey, which Arit said we will go over to, at our meeting tomorrow in more detail. But it was a great meeting, and we're off to a good start for this year.
Sounds good. Paper back and forth. Grievance committee, Emily and Adam, whoever wants to take that. Has anything come in?
No new grievances.
So that's committees that we currently have, monthly meeting attendance and updates. So the board typically has somebody who goes to PTA meetings to give us a quick update. Becky used to do that, so we'll kind of figure that out at our work session tomorrow and assign that out. JCSC, the School Consortium for Jefferson County. Next meeting is in September. I think it's September 13th at 5:30. I will be attending that. Anybody else is welcome to come with me. Place to be determined. There was a newsletter that went out last month, and we will continue to get those. If you're not signed up with them, let me know. I'll get you on their email list. It's good information in terms of what's going on in the county and how we can be supportive of each other with the different charter schools. So that's it from JCSC. Anything big board calendar wise, Emily? And I'll just put it out there. We've said meeting tomorrow. It's not, for anybody watching, not an official board meeting. It's a work session for the board, and not to make decisions for the school, but things like assigning.
Planning session.
Yes.
So Justin shared the running calendar that he has been working from with me. There were a couple things on July that I thought we should just check in about. The first is send quarterly financials to BBVA, PNC, and Zions Bank. I think that's a Jen question. And maybe the treasurer.
She just gave a thumbs up.
Does anyone know if that's been done? That has been done. Okay, great. Send previous quarters board minutes to the district. That is a secretary job.
So Jen has typically done that for us.
Okay.
Do you still need those? Did I get them uploaded to you? Where are we at?
Sorry, I lost my mouse. The last ones I have were from right before we had that quick meeting and revised the budget. So what was that, in June?
Okay, so we are going to vote on May and June's minutes today, and then
Perfect.
we can
And I'll be
them
up to
you.
date.
Okay. And then Jen, you handle sending those to the district. Okay. Okay, those were the only two things in the July calendar.
Thank you. So yeah, I know we're going really fast, guys, but part of that is because we are going to do some work session time tomorrow and next week. So the next thing we really need to do is to vote on the minutes, approving the consent agendas for our May 16th meeting and our June meeting. And just a reminder, if you were not present in those meetings, then you need to abstain. So Rebecca, I'm going to let you do that and kind of go down your list of attendees for tonight's meeting as we vote on one and then the other.
Okay, I'm on my phone. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to pull up the meeting minutes of who attended and use that to guide
Okay.
So give me one sec. Okay. So we have June 28th meeting. We're going to vote on these minutes. You read
Yes.
Ted Sanders,
Yeah.
Justin, you were going to proxy for him.
Yes. And he said yes.
Emily,
Yes.
okay, I am a yes. And Elizabeth.
Yes.
Okay. Let me pull up the other ones very quickly. Okay, these are for the Tuesday, May 16th meeting minutes. And we have Justin,
He said yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
Adam,
Yes.
Irit.
Yes.
Okay, Becky and Brittany are no longer serving on the board. I am a yes. Emily
Yes.
and Elizabeth.
Yes.
Okay, that's everybody and both meeting minutes for the May and June meetings.
So just for our own correction, in the future, we just have to make sure we do a motion to approve those and a second. We missed that. So backtracking. Anybody want to make a motion for us to approve those minutes in a second? So Rebecca can get that in the minutes for tonight.
I make a
Motion.
motion that we accept the yes as I make a motion that we
minutes from
approve the
those two
minutes.
meetings.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll
Second.
Thanks, guys. Just a reminder for our own order of how we should do things. So with that done, final comments from me, just I'm excited for the teachers to come back and welcome Robin to our community. We've got some work sessions for assigning committees, going through family and staff survey and doing trainings for ourselves. And those are coming up later this month, tomorrow and next week. I'm looking forward to getting kind of a lot of working and planning done for us. I think it makes the year a lot easier as we go into it to have that done. So if anybody else doesn't have anything else, quickest regular board meeting on record, and we'll adjourn. Any motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, we don't really officially vote, but we're done.
Didn't we have to?
Thanks, everybody.
Terry's got something.
Didn't we have to? Wasn't there something we had to do? Like, I can't remember what it was. There was a where we had to like. I'm
Oh.
trying to remember what it was. There was something we had to.
The oath. Is that what
Yeah.
you're talking
The
about?
new
Oh,
oath.
the new oath.
I
So
think we're gonna
that's
do that
something I'm
tomorrow.
I have it for tomorrow because we have to sign it. And so being in person makes it a lot easier to do that. I printed off what the attorney sent me in terms of wording for that. Somebody will do it for me, whoever gets there early, because somebody on the board. And then I will give it to everybody else. As soon as I have them all, I want to take, it's due by August 3rd. So I'm actually going to be in Golden next week in the afternoon for various reasons. And I have to take them to the county clerk's office and turn it all in. So I will do that next week after both work sessions have taken place and just get us done with that. And then there's something else from the attorney as well, which has a deadline of August 3rd technically, but we still post our agendas and meeting notices in person at the school physically. So we are not worried about that deadline. I sent our attorney an email and just making sure all the forms get filled out correctly, but it's in process.
Okay, thanks. It came to my mind and then just went away. So
I don't have a problem with you asking about it, but yeah, we're going to take care of the oath tomorrow. It's on my list of things for us to do.
okay.
Great. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
We're off recording. What time? I'm sorry. What time tomorrow? I'm sure I've got this written down. It's 4 o'clock.